Hey Leos, it's Heather here with Earth Empress. I hope you guys are doing well. This is going to be your May connections read. It's going to be somewhat like we did last time. I'm basically going to put down cards for your energies, their energies, and kind of where they align in the middle, see what story they're telling. Let the cards kind of fall where they may and go from there. It is going to be a general read. So it's not going to resonate for absolutely every Leo out there. That's damn near impossible. With that being said, though, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And if it doesn't seem to resonate at all for you guys, feel free to click on one of the links below. There are a ton of amazing YouTube readers out there. And if you are cross-watching, this could very well play out with you in their energies versus your energy. Again, take it as it resonates, guys. As always, follow your intuition, trust your gut. This is going to be for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. And one more note, with this being connections, guys, it could play out for relationships, family, friends, coworkers, anything like that, guys. All right. Okay. What can we get for Leo? This is the person they're dealing with. What can we get for them? Okay. So right off the bat, we have the Seven of Swords here. It can indicate a period of deception. For me, this is sometimes my false mask card. Someone that was deceiving themselves, maybe not aware of who they were or not fully embodying the person that they were, doing things that were in alignment with their spirit, with their soul. But they have the Magician energy here underneath the Seven of Swords. So either they were in a period of either deception as far as people around them, energies around them, or maybe they were kind of deceiving themselves, surrounding themselves with energies and things that did not speak to their true calling. The Magician in here, this is a card of manifestation. This is a card of movement forward, of new beginnings, of bringing in those things to your life, calling them in and manifesting them for your greater good. It's heading towards your purpose, towards your calling. It's trying to reignite sparks and bring back certain instances, and it can even be brand new instances where your soul kind of leads you along that direction. And because you're, finally in alignment with yourself, it's easier to kind of call in things that, the universe wants for you in your life. I mean, the Eight of Swords, so it's like they're manifesting. The Eight of Swords, it can mean, leaving in a relationship. But the Eight of Swords can also be going on a spiritual journey yourself. Deciding to take yourself out of a situation because you need time. You need to mend. You need to heal. You need to find some spiritual truth, some kind of enlightenment for yourself. I felt like they're manifesting this either for themselves. This is something that came along in order for their spiritual journey to take hold. Or they're trying to manifest this with someone else. They're trying to manifest movement forward on a spiritual journey, awakening, opening up, getting in touch with what really matters, what really speaks to your soul, your heart. So what can we get for Leo's energy? I'm sorry, my water's in water. What can we get for Leo's energy? That one wanted to pop out, but I'm not going to take it. Alright, the bottom of the deck is Serenity. So this is the card of judgment. Judgment coming in, of awakening happening, of seeing new things, peace within. It also speaks to the energy of the Hermit card, where you're kind of on a spiritual quest, you're on a journey, you're trying to find truth. So maybe both of you, to some extent, are kind of on a spiritual journey, a spiritual mission right now. Let's see, we have, oh wow, you guys have a lot of cards actually. You have more than what I thought. Okay, so, all right. The first two cards out, they were literally attached. The Eight of Wands and the Four of Wands. So the Four of Wands speaks about a very deep, intense spiritual connection with someone. It speaks about, a spiritual union, a spiritual marriage almost. A sacred contract. Someone that you've lived lives with before. This is someone that ignites the best aspects in your soul. The Eight of Wands is about communication coming in. It's about movement forward. It's rapid. It's fast-paced. Anything that the Eight touches, it heightens it. It quickens it. It also brings a spiritual element to it. So maybe, within this connection, it's opened you up so much that you've received a lot of spirituality, a lot of spiritual messages, a lot of enlightenment. We have the Knight of Wands here. The Knight of Wands is about personal victory. It is about the battle-worn soldier realizing that up until this point, the journey has been for their greater good, that, they have the power, the strength within to kind of move forward and push on to complete cycles in their life. And then we have the Seven of Crystals with the Knight of Crystals. So the crystals are pentacles, but I really love the fact that they're crystals here because for me, pentacles are very spiritual. Most people see them as just money. It's a spiritual thing for me as well. So the crystals kind of embody that, which I love. So Seven of Crystals on the Knight of Crystals. Everyone knows that the Knight of Crystals or Pentacles is a very slow-moving energy for. It is an offer, something substantial, something grounded, something long-term. But it's not the most rapid, fast-paced, moving kind of energy, especially with the Seven of Pentacles. It is very contemplative. It's like in order for movement forward, someone has to sit and take stock of everything that's going on in their life and figure out their next move, their next journey, their next situation, where they want to be, what they want to take with them, what they're heading towards. That's awesome, guys. So let's see where we have some alignment going. Those wanted to pop out. We have alignment at Spirit. Where do we have alignment at? All right. So first card out. Oh, wow, I was just talking about this. The Spiritual Strength. This is your card. This is the card of Leo. And this is about, again, it's moving forward in spiritual strength. So maybe between the two of you, you're both basically finding your inner strength, your spiritual guidance, your light, in order to bring some kind of union or something together. Because we have this Eight of Pentacles, or the Eight of Pentacles, Eight of Crystals here. This card speaks about building, about working, about learning new things, about growth. And literally right after that was the Ten of Crystals. This is that fulfillment, guys. This is that Ten of Pentacles, the happy home life, the solid commitment, the stability, the consistency, the groundedness, feeling at one and just at home and at peace. And then it's abundance, prosperity also. And we had the Six of Cups, which is reunion. It is also, coming back together. This could be past loves in this life, or this could very well be past life connections. This is someone that makes you feel like a kid again, someone that brings that childlike innocence back to you, someone that kind of ignites that fire within you. With that Ace of Swords, so some kind of clarity or communication coming in. It's very, I want to say fast-paced. I want to say it's like a bolt of lightning almost, some kind of clarity, something just hits between the two of you. So maybe both of you have been struck, so to say, in this connection about how spiritual it is, about how deep it really is, and that, this connection is more than just surface level. There's more than meets the eye between the two of you. Your energy is very much wanting this commitment, this happiness, this celebration, this building, knowing that it's worth the battle. Oh yeah, and you guys also have this High Priestess in the center. You just blend it in, which is about spiritual knowing, about trusting intuition, trusting your gut, following your instincts. If your soul is telling you that this relationship is something more and there's something more to it than you can see, and you have to trust your heart, you have to trust your soul, follow it. Because that's what the High Priestess, it's about. It's about following your inner knowing, your inner being. Sometimes our human, as I call them, our human suits, they forget things. They forget when we come into this life. And oh my gosh, Aiden, really? Sorry about that, guys. Obviously, that was my child pretending to not be seen. But anyways, back to the reading at hand. I'm sorry, guys. I just can't. I can't. He's a Virgo with a lot of Gemini, Libra in him, so that's pretty fair. Yeah, in this connection, there is so much spiritual union, spiritual oneness. It's like they're manifesting themselves, I feel like, to go on this spiritual quest, this journey, in order to find some kind of enlightenment. I want to see what the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords, and at the bottom is the universe. So that's, that's our world card. Again, things completing in order for new things to begin. That's sticking out heavily with this deck, especially the spread. Seven of Swords. What is this Seven of Swords about? There we go. There's our answer. So we have the moon reversed. Not seeing the illumination, not finding the light. About your wish fulfillment, Nine of Cups. So this person, whoever this is you're connecting with, the Seven of Swords, it was about self-deceit. It was about not really seeing something for what it was. It was not recognizing that this connection was that wish fulfillment card. This was their happiness. And maybe before they did it, and it took some awakening and eye-opening experiences for them to finally see and to realize this. So I feel like it's headed in the right direction, though, guys. I feel like this strength between the two of you, there's going to be at one point, there's going to be some communication coming in. It's going to be very honest and truthful. And I feel like it's going to be this side realizing and finally owning up that, hey, before I didn't see it, but now I do. And your side of it is, it's Eight of Wands, it's communication, it's, wanting to come forward about a connection. So it's like both of you are on the same page. You both have this Six of Cups energy. You both have this Ten of Pentacles energy. High Priestess energy. You both are becoming more in tune with your spirituality. Eight of Crystals, you're wanting to put in the work, wanting to learn, maybe learn about each other, maybe get to know each other more. And the Strength card, it's a strong connection, yes, but it's also about finding the strength to kind of step outside of comfort zones, maybe fears, maybe rejections, and finally realizing, that you both have the strength to do this. You both have the strength to step up and above and meet each other on this ground and high vibrations. Yeah, I love that. All right, so I'm going to grab Oracle card real quick. I love that I just talked about this. I was just talking about rejection, abandonment, and here's fear, guys. So the first card, fear. And it is what it is. This is the card about overcoming fears, about stepping outside of fear and seeing it from the perspective. I love that it's like a shadow in the water. Because it's almost like someone standing here looking at the fear itself, and that's how you overcome it. You step back out of the fear and you look from a different perspective and you see it and you acknowledge it. And then you push forward it. And you push forward past it because of opportunities on the other side. Opportunity is here. The moment is here. The moment is coming. This is, again, I said May, but timing's fluid, guys. When you come across this is probably when it's meant to be your message, and opportunity is coming this way. And it's because I feel like both of you have learned to kind of overcome fears and speak your truth and be more honest. And, they've recognized the importance of this connection, what it's done for them. And in turn, you've recognized that it's worth the fight and you can put up the fight, and that, you don't need to fear rejection because it is just your perception. Again, it's the fear of rejection. I understand it's hard-triggered, hardwired things inside of us. But someone rejecting us is, from us, it's rejection, but for them, it's their personal truth. So it's all about your perception in certain things. You're not rejecting me, it's just not in alignment with them. Or we're just not going down the same journey, or it's just not the time. Versus, oh, well, something's wrong with me. No, they're just making their own choice and their own discernment, as are you. I feel like with that thought, it kind of makes things a little bit easier sometimes to step forward and speak your truth. All right, so what animal medicine card can we get for Leo, this person? Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. So, let me just show you guys the cards. I'm going to show them all first. And we'll go through one by one. So, we have the Moth card here, which is an energy of someone seeming to always look for the grass being greener on the other side. You know, not all that glitters is gold. Not everything that's special and that's lasting is going to be the shiniest, boldest, brightest ball there is. And not everything that glows that nice and fiery and hot is going to be for you, especially with this Firefly card, because that's what that is. It's like, it's so funny, because it's, to me, I'm thinking of like a moth drawn to a flame. And maybe that was part of this connection. Maybe that's how things began. It was like you guys were so drawn to each other, just so attracted, magnetic, just the firefly. It's a moth to a flame. And this moth energy is typically someone that has a hard time discerning what they really value in their life versus what they don't. And this firefly is a bright, bold light of energy. This is a person that inspires other people. So I feel like someone in this connection, this person that was in the Seven of Swords, this deception for themselves, they were drawn in like a moth to a flame to this firefly person. And because of that, you know, they had to transform and overcome a lot of things and realize that things that are substantial, you know, they're going to be more long-term. You have to sit in that. You have to make the commitment. You make the choice versus flying to the next bright, shiny thing or flying to this or that. No. If you find that one that kind of lights you up like nothing else, then everything else that you fill your space and your energy with is going to be temporary, because it's not ever going to equal to the same. It's not going to feel the same. It's temporary. So we have the raccoon and the peacock. Again, two separate energies. I feel like someone in this energy, this peacock is a very selfless, entirely selfless energy. This is, very few people master this. This is someone that literally, they give to give. They love to love. They care to care. No attachments, no expectations, nothing. They are just genuinely who they are to be this person for others. Entirely selfless, entirely graceful. And then you have the raccoon here, who's kind of a trickster. It gives me the magician energy vibes, but the raccoon, to me, it also speaks of false masks. And it's like someone was wearing a mask because they were so enticed by this graceful, beautiful soul that they felt like they had to put on a show, or they felt like if someone saw them for who they truly were, maybe they wouldn't look at them the same or feel the same way. But I feel like, especially with this peacock being the other energy they're connected with, that's not true. Just because this peacock is a very accepting, very graceful, very just loving, giving person, they would have been that way regardless of the mask that you choose to wear. And in fact, the mask probably deterred them a little bit. Like, what do I do with this energy? This person, I feel one way and I feel them being this way, but they are showing me something completely different. I feel like the masks had to come off, and that's what the Seven of Swords was about, because this was wish fulfillment. Truth had to come to light. Yeah, guys. All right, I'm going to grab one of my universe cards real quick, and we're going to round out this reading. All right, so what can I get for Leo? When I lean toward love, I'm led. I've gotten these a couple times this month. I feel like with Uranus being in Taurus and the full moon that we just had, and it being spring and new season and fresh, I feel like a lot of people are kind of tuning into their hearts, like their frequencies are changing, and what worked before doesn't work now because it was surface level. They need that deep, soulful connection with people. I feel like this is kind of a theme because I've seen this a lot in a lot of my readings lately. Okay. When I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real. Yeah. I feel like that speaks about that spiritual strength, guys, and that serenity card, that going within, that accepting your calling and just trusting it. In every moment, the universe is conspiring to bring me toward right-minded thinking and the energy of love. Again, it is about your perception. Like I said earlier, someone and certain things, if you have a fear of rejection, the way to heal it is to dive deep in it and realize that it doesn't stem from you or unworthiness in you or you not being worthy of love. It stems from someone else's perspective and their own discernment, their own path, whatever way they're supposed to go, wherever way they're meant to be. We're not always meant to be on the same journeys together sometimes, guys. When I'm connected to my joyful presence, I attract support from the universe. I love this full moon. So yeah, I feel like the full moon in Libra it rounded out a lot of things for a lot of people, and I think it's taking everyone on a more spiritual path. It's a deeper connection, deeper relationships, deeper meanings, more soul, less shallow, more depth, less surface. I love that, guys. All right, Leo. Well, that was your connection read for the month ahead. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of April, and I will see you in a couple weeks for your May generals. Love and light. Bye.